So, this afternoon I'm going to be showing you how to make a Barnsley salad. I have no idea why it's called a Barnsley salad, but what I do know is that it is something that my mom loves to prepare every New Year's Eve. She swears by it, and I've got to say, I kind of agree with her. So, it's a really zinging salad. It's made up principally with peppers, mushrooms, tomatoes, onions, and then covered in a vinaigrette dressing made up of vinegar, olive oil, bit of hot sauce, garlic, and salt and pepper. It's really good with anything rich, basically. Goes great with grilled meat, grilled fish, or just simply as a side salad. Let's start. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start off with the peppers. I'm going to cut them into rings if I can. So as you can see, I've already cut the middle out of these, make it a bit easier, just to show you, but here we go. So as I say, I have no idea why it's called a Barnsley salad. My mum used to work at a hospital called Barnsley Hall, so it could have come from that. She may have worked with someone from Barnsley, gave it a name maybe. So we've got the first pepper there. I've just got a couple of peppers. Depending on how much you want to make, you can just add more. So, you know, if you've got a lot of people coming or you particularly love it, you can maybe use 4 peppers. I'm basically using 2 because those were what I had in the cupboard. So just do this into rings, which always looks nice. I mean, of course you can just chop it up into, you know, any old way you want, but I kind of quite like rings, and as I say, it's always been something that my mom's done. So there you go, peppers there. Start off with the onion. Next, same kind of thing, looking for onion rings. Slicing away here. It's a bit of a strong one, so if I start crying, you'll know why. Slice this up. The same, my mum makes this every year at New Year's Eve, and they normally have a party around the house, invite a load of people over, and this is the one thing that is always demolished very quickly. And they always have served that with lots of cold cuts. There's leftover bits of turkey, they boil up a ham, have some seafood there as well. So it kind of goes with all that, which is great. So just chuck this in here. So I'm basically just bringing all these rings out, as you can see. Like so. And then the mushrooms. Again, doesn't really matter what type of mushrooms you use. These are buttons that I again had in the fridge. I'm just going to slice them quite roughly. Each of those button mushrooms can be cut into 4. So I'm just going to do this. So just going to the last mushroom here. So go here. They go straight into the bowl on top like that, and then move on to the tomatoes. I've got 4 tomatoes, they're quite small. If I had bigger tomatoes, I'd probably just use the 2. And again, just going to slice them up lengthways like this. Really easy. And I think the tomatoes, they just add an extra bit of sweetness that sort of cuts through the vinaigrette dressing a bit, and I think just add an extra bit of body to the salad, which is really nice. And I think it just wouldn't be the same without them. So here we go, just whack those in there. So as I say, it's really quick and easy. The one thing about it is that you're probably going to need at least a day, at least 12 hours I'd say, for this to sit in the fridge to allow all the vegetables in there to sort of absorb a lot of the flavours of the vinaigrette dressing. And because we're using garlic, you kind of want a bit of time for the garlic to mellow within there. Sometimes if it's a bit raw like this, it can be a bit strong. So we've got here, I've already chopped up the garlic. This is really handy. Little pot. Oh, can just see. Chop up a load of garlic, stick it in a pot like this, and then cover it in oil, and it's sort of literally sitting here for months. So I'm going to do a good teaspoon even, of it in there, maybe a couple, just like that. And then I'm going to add some hot sauce. Any hot sauce will do. This is Piri Piri Turbo, which I got from the supermarket. So depending on how hot you want it, adjust the number of drops you drop in. I've just put in quite a few. I kind of quite like it spicy, so it suits me. Vinegar. This is just bog standard white wine vinegar. Malt vinegar would do. I wouldn't bother using balsamic vinegar or anything too fancy on this because it really doesn't need it. And then olive oil. Again, this is just plain old olive oil, not extra virgin or anything like that. It's perfect for it. Then you add salt and pepper. So salt, pepper. So I've got that much. I'm looking at it. Oh, you can just see there. I'm looking at the amount of stuff we've got in here. I'm thinking we're going to need a little bit more. So I'm going to add some more vinegar. I'm going to add some more oil. I'm kind of happy with the amount of garlic I've got in there. So for what we've got, this amount will sort of do. So give that a quick stir. And then, simple as, just pour it over the top. And then, looks like this. I'm just going to get my hands in and give it a really good turnover. I'm going to open up these onions here to make sure the rings come out. I'm going to try and make sure that everything's coated. I don't want it particularly swimming in the vinaigrette because it's quite powerful, and if there's too much, it can be a bit overpowering in some ways. But what you'll find will happen is after, as I say, a couple of days in the fridge, or even after 12 hours, the vegetables in here, the peppers, the onions, the tomatoes are going to, and even the mushrooms in fact, will release a bit of their kind of like moisture in them. So there's going to be a lot more sort of sauce almost, or vinaigrette at the bottom of the salad. So there you go. So I'm going to do a really good mix. So it looks fantastic. And basically, I could leave it in this and put it in the fridge, but it's quite a big bowl. So I'm going to find something just over here that's a bit easier to put in the fridge. I hope it's all going to go in. Let's see. So, yeah, just about. What I don't want to be using here is anything plastic because of the acid and different things and the amount of time that you're going to leave it in there. There's always a chance that you may get a slight bit of a taint of flavour from that plastic. So anything crock or metal is the thing that you're going to want to use. So here we have it. So this is the finished product. As I say, I'm going to cover that in tin foil or cling film, put it in the fridge, leave it for at least 12 hours. We'll be having this for lunch or dinner tomorrow, I think. So that's it. That's your Barnsley salad. Please do try making it and enjoy.